Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Valsa Williams, and with me is Aditi Lumba with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked people's representatives to unite for national interest, addresses closing ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils development projects in Deoghar to boost infrastructure development and connectivity in the region. First I2U2 India, Israel, UAE, USA leaders virtual summit to be held on Thursday. Prime Minister to participate. India is among the fastest growing economies in the world, says Home Minister Amit Shah. Government calls for all-party meeting on 17th July ahead of monsoon session of Parliament. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to release India Rankings 2022 under National Institute Ranking Framework on the 15th of this month. And in cricket, first one-day international match between India and England underway at Kennington Oval in London, and BCCI announces Indian women's cricket team for upcoming Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has exhorted people's representatives to unite for national interest. Addressing the closing ceremony of the centenary celebrations of the Bihar Legislative Assembly, Mr. Modi said legislators should adopt a positive attitude towards issues related to the common people. On the occasion, the Prime Minister inaugurated Shatabdi Stambh, which has been built to commemorate 100 years of the Bihar Vidhan Sabha.
ये स्तंभ बिहार के गौरवशाली अतीत का प्रतीक तो बनेगा ही, साथ ही ये बिहार की कोटि कोटि आकांक्षाओं को भी प्रेरणा देगा। मुझे विधानसभा परिसर के शताब्दी पार्क में कल्पतरु के रोपण का भी सुखद अनुभव मिला है। कल्पतरु के विषय में मान्यता है कि हमारी आशाओं आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करने वाला ये वृक्ष है। लोकतंत्र में यही भूमिका संसदीय संस्थाओं की होती है। मैं आशा करता हूं कि बिहार विधानसभा अपनी इस भूमिका को इसी निरंतरता के साथ निभाती रहेगी, बिहार और देश के विकास में अपना अमूल्य योगदान देती रहेगी।
The Prime Minister said the 21st century is India's century, but this is the century of duties for India, he added. Mr. Modi said we have to reach the golden goal of New India in the next 25 years, and our duties will take us to these goals. Therefore, these 25 years are the years of walking the path of duty for the country, he added.
The Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of various developmental projects worth more than rupees 16,800 crores in Deoghar today. Addressing a public rally at Deoghar College Ground, Prime Minister said the government is investing in religious places to keep our culture and faith intact for our next generations. Mr. Modi said all religious places developed with advanced facilities have attracted more numbers of tourists and devotees. Modern facilities have also been expanded in Baba Baidyanath Dham under the Prasad scheme. Citing example of Varanasi-Kashi corridor, the Prime Minister said the development of Varanasi has helped increase the business for small vendors, sellers and artisans. He added the mega project has also boosted tourism in the ancient city.
आज ये समय की मांग है कि भारत अपनी विरासत को ज्यादा से ज्यादा और तेजी के साथ संरक्षित करे, वहां आधुनिक सुविधाएं बढ़ाए। जिन भी तीर्थ स्थलों को आधुनिक सुविधाओं से जोड़ा गया, वहां यात्रियों की संख्या, पर्यटकों की संख्या अनेक गुना बढ़ गई है।
Reiterating the slogan, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Vikas, the Prime Minister said our government has been working hard to bring about the development in all backward areas of the country. The Prime Minister remarked that the country has been working with the thinking of development of the nation by the development of the state since last 8 years. In the last 8 years, in the efforts to connect Jharkhand by highways, railways, airways, waterways in every way, the same thinking and spirit has been paramount. All these facilities will positively impact the economic development of the state.
ये जो विकास हो रहा है, ये हमारी निष्ठा का प्रमाण है, हमारे परिश्रम का प्रमाण है। बीते 8 वर्षों में हमें उनको सशक्त किया है, जिनको पहले सिर्फ राजनीतिक नारों में समेट दिया गया था। वो गरीब, वो आदिवासी, वो दलित, वो पिछड़ा, वो हमारी बहनें, बेटियों, जिनका नंबर हमेशा सबसे अंत में आता था, वो आज हमारी प्राथमिकताओं में पहले पायदान पर है।
The Prime Minister said today, Jharkhand is getting its second airport. This will lead to tremendous ease for the devotees of Baba Baidinath. The Prime Minister expressed happiness that the flight from Deoghar to Kolkata started today and flights from Ranchi, Delhi and Patna will start soon. He disclosed work is on for airports in Bokaro and Dumka. The Prime Minister also highlighted the benefits of the country's efforts to enhance the gas-based economy for the state of Jharkhand. He said the Prime Minister Urja Ganga Yojana is changing the old picture. Mr. Modi stressed we are taking many historic decisions for converting deprivation into opportunities. The Bokaro-Angul section of Jagdishpur-Haldia-Bokaro Dhamra pipeline of GAIL will expand the city gas distribution network in 11 districts of Jharkhand and Odisha.
केंद्र सरकार के प्रयासों से झारखंड पाइप से रसोई गैस और सीएनजी आधारित ट्रैफिक के मामले में देश का अव्वल राज्य में होगा। प्रधानमंत्री ऊर्जा गंगा योजना के कारण ये संभव हो रहा है। सिंदरी खाद्य कारखाना जो बंद पड़ गया था, उसे फिर से शुरू करने का काम भी तेजी से चल रहा है। ये झारखंड के किसानों, देश के किसानों को राहत देगा, यूरिया पर विदेशी निर्भरता को कम करेगा।
The Prime Minister said new avenues of development, employment and self-employment are being discovered by investing in infrastructure.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the first I2U2 India-Israel-UAE-USA Leaders Virtual Summit on Thursday, along with Prime Minister of Israel Yair Lapid, President of UAE Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and US President Joseph R. Biden. The leaders will discuss the possible joint projects within the framework of I2U2 as well as other common areas of mutual interest to strengthen the economic partnership in trade and investment in the respective regions and beyond. These projects can serve as a model for economic cooperation and offer opportunities for business persons and workers. Home Minister Amit Shah has said that India is among the fastest growing economies in the world. He was speaking at the 6th National Conclave on Mines and Minerals in New Delhi today. Mr. Shah said after COVID many countries are facing recession. He said India is also facing the heat of recession and inflation, but compared to the world, India is safe due to the policies made by the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said India has controlled inflation compared to the world.
उद्योग का उत्पादन का हब बनाने की जो नीति है, ये दोनों के सामंजस्य से आज हमारा देश कोरोना काल के बाद भी दुनिया की कंपैरिजन में अगर देखें तो बहुत बचे हुए हैं। इसका कारण ये नीति निर्धारण जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया है। पीएलआई योजना के तहत 14 सेक्टर सिलेक्ट किए गए जहां से मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब भारत बन जाए और वो 14 क्षेत्रों में पीएलआई के माध्यम से लगभग 2.34 लाख करोड़ के इन्वेस्टमेंट की संभावनाओं को तराशा गया और ऐसी इकोसिस्टम बनी है जो आपके बिजनेस को भी बढ़ावा देने वाली।
Mr. Shah said the government has taken a slew of measures to bring policy reforms in the mining sector, which resulted in the higher production of minerals in the country. He stressed on the balanced utilization of mines and minerals. He said the government has brought transparency in the auctioning of mines, which ended corruption.
The Union Government has called an all-party meeting ahead of the monsoon session of Parliament on 17th of this month. The meeting has been called by the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi. The monsoon session of Parliament will begin on the 18th of this month and will continue till the 12th of August. This monsoon session is important given the fact that the presidential election and the vice presidential election will be held during this session. The presidential election will be held on the 18th of this month and the vice presidential election will be held on the 6th of the next month. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has said that the positive changes in common man's life brought by various centrally sponsored welfare measures have raised the image of the country in the global platform. Talking to media in Thiruvananthapuram at the end of his 3-day visit to Kerala, the minister said the government is trying to find ways to save the poor of additional burden caused by hike in fuel prices, Mr. Jaishankar said Modi government enjoys sound bilateral ties with the Gulf region. The External Affairs Minister said it is a part of the country's foreign policy to see the regional views of the people about the world and incorporate these in policy formulation. Reacting to Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's statement about the Union Minister's visit to Kerala, Mr. Jaishankar said a Chief Minister should not feel so insecure, and his mission was to monitor, assess and learn various central projects in different stages of implementation in the state. Replying to queries, the Minister said the probe into the diplomatic baggage gold smuggling was underway and the truth would ultimately surface.
Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan will release India Rankings 2022 under National Institute Ranking Framework on the 15th of this month. The Education Ministry said the annual exercise outlines a methodology to rank higher education institutions across the country in various categories and subject domains. The admit cards for Phase 1 of Common University Entrance Test Undergraduate CUET-UG 2022 have been made available on the official website of CUET. The candidates can download their admit cards from the website cuet.samarth.ac.in. DU Vice-Chancellor Professor Yogesh Singh said the admit cards for the first phase examinations that are going to be held on the 15th, 16th, 19th and 20th of this month have been made available on the dashboard of the candidates.
The Paper Import Monitoring System, PIMS, will come into effect from the 1st of October this year. As per PIMS, an importer will have to provide advance information online about the import of papers and obtain a registration number. The Directorate General of Foreign Trade has introduced Paper Import Monitoring System by amending the import policy of major paper products. The PIMS will be applicable on import by a domestic territory area unit on a wide range of paper products covering 201 tariff lines such as newsprint, handmade paper, tissue paper, toilet paper and cartons. Commerce and Industry Minister said paper products like currency paper, bank bond and check paper and security printing paper have been excluded from mandatory registration. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said that there should be an organization for Indian construction equipment manufacturing industry for research to give an appropriate technology for the future. Mr. Gadkari said this while addressing the Indian Construction Equipment Manufacturers Association ICEMA's annual session 2022 in New Delhi. He said the government will support such organization which can be qualitatively helpful for development of futuristic technology. The minister emphasized the need for research and development of equipment. Mr. Gadkari also stressed on the importance of bio-LNG, bio-CNG and hydrogen as alternate fuels for cost saving and reduction in pollution.
Union Textiles Minister Piyush Goyal today inaugurated the National Institute of Fashion Technology NIFT at Panchkula in Haryana. Speaking on the occasion, Union Minister Piyush Goyal said he is confident that this campus of NIFT will emerge as a landmark campus. The professionals passing out from this prestigious institute will make a remarkable contribution to the fashion world, he added. He said the way Chief Minister Manohar Lal gave priority to the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign in the state, it has certainly played a pivotal role in empowering women. He said he is hopeful that the daughters studying in this new campus of NIFT would also bring laurels to the state. The Union Minister also assured that the work of the second phase in the institute will begin soon. The Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Ministry highlighted that the Andhra Pradesh government has decided to rejoin the ambitious Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. It said the Andhra Pradesh government took this decision after talks between the Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Singh Tomar and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan. Mr. Tomar appreciated the step of the state government with this important decision. Crops of more than 40 lakh farmers of the state will get insurance cover in case of natural calamity.
Union Minister of State for Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions Dr. Jitendra Singh says that most of the government reforms of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the last 8 years are actually social reforms aimed at achieving ease of living for the common man through ease of governance. Delivering the valedictory address at the two-day regional conference on bringing citizens, entrepreneurs and Government Closer for Good Governance held at Bangalore today, the minister listed a series of reforms having wider social implications. Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Hardeep Puri said that India is witnessing an urban renaissance and construction will play a key role in moving the country towards a resilient, sustainable and inclusive future. He was speaking at 168th Annual Day celebrations of Central Public Works Department in New Delhi today. Lauding the role of CPWD in nation building, Mr. Puri said the CPWD is giving priority to environment-friendly and sustainable structures by using technologies that minimize carbon footprint. He said the CPWD is making a significant contribution in Central Vista Project, New Parliament Building, VP Enclave and Central Secretariat. You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked people representatives to unite for the national interest, address his closing ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils development projects in Deoghar to boost infrastructure development and connectivity in the region. First I2U2 India, Israel, UAE, USA leaders virtual summit to be held on Thursday. Prime Minister to participate. India is among the fastest growing economy in the world, says Home Minister Amit Shah. Government calls for all-party meeting on 17 July ahead of monsoon session of Parliament. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to release India Rankings 2022 under National Institute Ranking Framework on 15th of this month. And in cricket, first one-day international match between India and England underway at Kennington Oval in London. And BCCI announces India women's cricket team for upcoming Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की तैयारी करने वाले परीक्षार्थियों के लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो लेकर आया है प्रोग्राम अभ्यास, जिसमें आप अपने सवाल पूछते हैं व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर, जिसके जवाब आपको मिलते हैं हर शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे। और इस बार का विषय सोशियोलॉजी और आपके सवालों का इंतजार हम करेंगे बुधवार 13 जुलाई तक। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
Welcome back to the evening news. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has assured that each and every farmer who repays his loan on time will receive an incentive of 50,000 rupees. This announcement comes after the Chief Minister was apprised that the farmers who had received compensation after the 2018-19 floods were not eligible for receiving the incentive. Shiv Sena MP Dhairishil Mane and MLA Prakash Abhitkar had urged the Chief Minister to take corrective action so that no farmer is deprived of the benefit. Further, since nationalized and district banks follow different financial calendars, the elected representatives have urged that the timelines must be accordingly mentioned for ascertaining eligibility. Mr. Shinde has assured that a revised government resolution will be issued soon, enabling all farmers who pay back their loan amounts on time to be eligible to receive the incentive. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde today announced that all the 50 MLAs supporting him will vote in favour of NDA candidate Draupadi Murmu for the presidential polls. This includes 40 MLAs from Shiv Sena and 10 independents. Speaking to media persons in Mumbai this afternoon, Mr. Shinde said the BJP has nominated a tribal woman and the decision will help the tribal communities to become a part of mainstream culture. Meanwhile, talking about the flood situation in Maharashtra, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde said he is in touch with district authorities who are maintaining a high degree of alertness and trying to ensure that there is no loss of life. He also announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees for those who have died due to lightning. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena President Uddhav Thackeray has announced that his party will also support NDA candidate Draupadi Murmu for the presidential polls.
Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Purushottam Rupala, will launch Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund AHIDF projects and felicitate 75 entrepreneurs at the AHIDF conclave being organized in New Delhi on Thursday. Ministers of State for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Balyan and Dr. L. Murugan will address the event. As part of the celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the ministry is organizing AHIDF conclave. Prime Minister's Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan stimulus package mentioned about setting up of 15,000 crore rupee Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. And now let's listen to a special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Purse our nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
जागी जागी है धरती सारी और जागा जागा है अंबर, जागी जागी है नदियां सारी और जागा जागा है सागर.
12th of July is the death anniversary of martyr Mir Khan, who hailed from Sindh, now in Pakistan. He took part in the First War of Independence of 1857 and also offered arms to his neighbours for attacking the British establishments. He was caught by the British at the time of their counter-attacks in Sindh and charged with sedition, plundering and rebellion against the company rule.
अपने होठों पे है आज भी वो नारा आजादी का ही सजाए, अपनी आंखों में है आज भी वो अपनी धरती के सपने बसाए. फांसी तो लगती है सिर्फ धन को, कौन सपनों को फांसी लगाए.
Mir Khan was sentenced to imprisonment for life and sent to the Andaman Islands on the 7th of March 1859. In the jail, Mir Khan was given extreme physical and mental torture, because of which he died there in detention on the 12th of July 1859. AIR News salutes the brave martyr Mir.
We remember martyr Mahan Singh, who belonged to Patiala, Punjab. He joined the non-violent Sikh Jatha to Jaito Gurudwara Gangsar, Nabha in 1924 against the British order prohibiting all prayer meetings there. The police stopped the Jatha people from entering into the Gurudwara at Jaito and also arrested a large number of them. Mahan Singh was arrested, and as a result of the beatings that he received, Mahan Singh died in Nabha Central Jail on the 12th of July 1925. We salute the brave son of the soil.
We also remember freedom fighter Kali Bhushan Datta. He was a resident of Tippera district, now in Bangladesh. Kali Bhushan Datta was a member of the Anushilan Samiti. He was arrested on the 11th of March 1934 for his revolutionary activities and detained in Komila jail.
After 3 months, he was transferred to Hijli camp. After 3 years in Hijli camp, he was again shifted to Presidency Jail, Kolkata in 1937, where he died on the 12th of July, 1937. We salute the brave son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, annual festival of goddess Jwalaji in South Kashmir's Pulwama district was celebrated today. More details from our Srinagar correspondent.
The annual festival at the revered shrine of Mata Jwalaji in South Kashmir's Khrew in Pampur area of Pulwama district was celebrated with fervor and gaiety today. Hundreds of devotees, mainly Kashmiri Pandits, paid their obeisance at the shrine to mark the birthday of Mata Jwalaji on the occasion of Ashar Chaturdashi today. A yagi was also organized and it was prayed before the goddess Jwalaji to bestow prosperity, peace and well-being for the whole mankind. The local Muslim population of Khrew greeted the Kashmiri Pandits and kept all the worship-related articles available for the incoming devotees. Sunil Kohl, AIR News, Srinagar.
Still with Srinagar, one police ASI was martyred following a terrorist attack in Lal Bazar area today. The terrorists fired upon a police Naka party at Lal Bazar area in Srinagar city this evening. Meanwhile, the area has been cordoned off by the security forces and a manhunt was launched to nab the assailants involved in the terror crime. Further details are awaited. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has signed his resignation letter and the Speaker of Parliament will publicly announce it to the nation tomorrow.
The Sensex and the Nifty today declined around 1%. Both stock indices fell amid negative global markets. A report from the business desk.
The Sensex declined 509 points to finish at 53,887. The Nifty also slipped 158 points to end at 16,058. At the forex market, the rupee weakened 17 paise against the dollar to close at 79 rupees and 60 paise against the American unit. Gold prices were down to trade around 50,570 rupees per 10 gram. Silver prices were also down to trade at 56,480 rupees per kilogram, and the crude prices fell around 4.5%. Brent crude was trading at $102.30 per barrel. Gaurang Dhawan Lal for AIR News.
The BCCI has announced the Indian women's cricket team for the upcoming Commonwealth Games to be held in Birmingham from the 28th of July to 8th of August. India is in Group A alongside Australia, Barbados and Pakistan. It will take on Australia in the tournament opener on July 29th. Group B comprises host England, New Zealand, South Africa and Sri Lanka. In cricket, England set the target of 111 runs for India in the opening one-day international match of three-match series at Kennington Oval in London. In response, visitors were 64 for 0 in 12 overs when report last came in. Earlier, Men in Blue won the toss and elected to field.
Now let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with light to moderate rain. Minimum temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 32 degrees. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Minimum temperature will be 24 degrees, maximum 26. Kolkata will have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature will be around 27 degrees, maximum 34. Chennai will have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Minimum temperature will be 26 degrees and a maximum of 36 degrees. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked people's representatives to unite for national interest. Addresses closing ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils development projects in Devghar to boost infrastructure development and connectivity in the region. First I2U2 India-Israel UAE USA Leaders Virtual Summit to be held on Thursday. Prime Minister to participate. India is among the fastest growing economies in the world, says Home Minister Amit Shah. Government calls for all-party meeting on 17th July ahead of monsoon session of Parliament. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to release India Rankings 2022 under National Institute Ranking Framework on the 15th of this month. In cricket, first one-day international match between India and England underway at Kennington Oval in London, and BCCI announces Indian women's cricket team for upcoming Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.